This is a demo of my brand new toy. It's a Rick Turner Renaissance RS6 guitar. It's an acoustic solid body guitar. Well, it's not solid body, it's actually it's built like a traditional acoustic, except that it hasn't got a sound hole and it's a thin line, as you can see there. But essentially it's hollow with a mahogany core inside, which stops it feeding back. I'm really impressed with the sound so far. It's fantastic sounding guitar. The sustain is just unbelievable. It just rings and rings and rings. So if I just play. So in terms of a standard acoustic guitar, steel string guitar in particular, you know, that would have died away. You know, you've got a much shorter decay on a standard acoustic guitar, and particularly a classical as well, where the notes are quite pingy. They've got a really lovely sound. That's the tone about halfway back, and each is kind of like a notched tone, and each tone division makes a real difference to the sound, which you probably can't tell from the sound on the video. The notes are really good all the way up as well, which is fantastic. So plus points are then really it's a beautiful piece of wood, really nice. It's so light. When I got it in the box earlier today, I didn't think there was anything in it. I thought I'd been sold some bubble wrap in a box. It's ridiculous. It's just so light, and the balance because of that makes it. It's a well-balanced guitar because of that, the lack of any kind of mass to it, which makes the fact that it sustains forever really more, impressive really, because there's hardly anything there to. You can get away with traditional tricks, acoustic tricks, So I guess you're going to have to be, I'm going to have to be in particular quite careful with how I play, because my muting technique isn't particularly great. So I have to control strings a lot more than I usually would have to do on a standard acoustic guitar, and that makes it a nice challenge for me. As you can hear, it just sounds like an acoustic guitar but louder. It's brilliant. So, any bad points? No, not really. No, I haven't found any. I mean, this is a second-hand example. This is from what I've been able to research on the internet. This is quite a rare one because it's got the controls down here. Most of them have two controls with wooden knobs at the top here, on the top mount, if you like. For some reason, on this one, they're down here. I don't think it makes a massive amount of difference, really. But I mean, I'd probably, have given the choice, probably prefer them at the top there, but and have a standard one. But really doesn't make any difference, and it's a fantastic, really nice sounding guitar, and I'm really really delighted with it. Yeah, some of the fret ends, I think probably because the neck's maybe shrunk a bit or something, some of the fret ends are slightly rough on the top edge, but I can't feel them on the bottom. So, I mean, that's probably where it's important. You know, there's nothing snagging on my hand as I'm going up and down the neck. It can sound quite... It can sound a little bit, as I'm turning the tone right up, has that, not pizzo quack as such, not that, it sounds pick-up-y though. I don't know if I'm making any sense there, but it sounds like you are amplifying an acoustic guitar rather than sounding like an acoustic guitar, just louder. If you turn the tone back down again, see, that's just, I just love that. That's such a great sound. Bass is a bit strong. I've read online a couple of forum posts about the bass being slightly heavy and having to EQ it. I think I'd have to agree with that slightly. I think you need to pull, using an EQ, you have to kind of pull the bass back a little bit. But really, you can control it with, you know, the weight of your stroke as well, I think, and that's, you know, that's just down to the personal player, personal preference as well. I don't like a guitar that sounds massively trebly. I prefer to get that tone myself if I want to, punticello, you know, like a more classical style player would perhaps, with moving down, up and down the playing, the right hand playing area, if you like, and using my hand to control the tone as much as possible. Other people like that bright sound, you know, like for instance, I have a Taylor as well, and that's quite a bright sounding guitar, and it sounds really, really nice for certain things, but this, I anticipate, would, you know, fill the gap in the other direction, which is almost like a jazz guitar, you know, there's slight overtones of an archtop over. Tell you, I'm seriously delighted with it. I think it's brilliant. Again, right at the top of the note. Doesn't seem to be any dead spots with it as well. Yeah, really good. If anybody wants me to post any more demos, you know, a bit more close-ups perhaps, I'm happy to do that. So just shout me in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks very much.